So today I'm going to show you a tutorial on how to darkscope. So the first thing that no one tells you is there isn't any trick or there isn't any secret loadout that will help you get the darkscope better and more accurate. There's only the thing about timing. Okay, so snipers like 3 Amour and other snipers like Bobby and Moonscope, so they have been playing game for a long time and they can feel when to hit the fire button to get the perfect dark scope. So the dark scope is when you don't scope in completely. So you press the button for scope in, then you press the button for fire, and then you press the button for scope out before you can see clearly through the scope. So since we do not have that much time like the players who have been playing since the beta, we have to take a visual cue. Now what I mean by that is we have to see, we can see and then we can get to know that we have to hit the shoot button right now, so that the dark scope will be more accurate. Okay, so I'm going to show you right now. Okay, so we need the visual cue, right? So when I scope in and scope out, you see the scope comes in the center first. So when the scope is in the center and it's getting bigger, but you still cannot see through it, if you hit your fire button just at that perfect time, then it will be a very accurate dark scope like this. So you see, so this is how to make your dark scope very accurate. So if first you have to start with obviously a loadout that has a lesser radius time, because you have to master that visual cue to see when it is going to be right in the middle of the screen. So copy this loadout, and it as you can see, it has less scope, more scope and time than the loadout I normally use. So you're gonna need to play with this loadout for like a week, maybe 2 weeks, and then when you get the timing, when you get the visual cue that if I hit the fire button right now, it's going to be a perfect and more accurate dark scope, then you can move to this loadout which has a much higher mobility. So since I have practiced with this loadout, you'll see that I have mastered the visual cue of this one too. See? So the visual cue is basically anything that matters in this case, because if you can't get the timing right by just the feel of the gun, then you're gonna have to take into account the visual cue. Okay, so press the scope in button, and when the scope is just in the middle of the screen and it's getting bigger, but you still can't see through the scope like this. This is a dark scope and this is more accurate than the hipfire. So sometimes if you are like the opponent is this close, like he's right here, then you can maybe do the hipfire because it will be accurate. You don't have to spend time on the dark scope. But if he's a little bit far away, you can do this one. It's a much quicker dark scope. And if he's like at that distance that this Reaper dummy is, you can do the dark scope that I just taught you. If you all want any other tutorials on sniping or my loadout or any sensitivity settings, make sure to drop a comment below for that one. Like, share and subscribe.